Okay, let's start. So that's what we have studied yesterday, how we can create the new Excel and how we can read the Excel data. Let's have a look of the program again. So here what we are doing, we are just creating the sheet with config. Here we have taken the workbook object. We have created the object of workbook from the OpenPy Excel. And then here we are just checking that is the sample.xlrx is available in the same directory. If it is not available, if it is available, then delete it, right? And if it is not available, create it. So if it is there, so what we will do, we're gonna remove that Excel file. Here we are gonna edit that A1 cell and B1 cell as IP address and host name, and we are saving it. Saving means we are creating the new Excel. And this we are opening that Excel. So let me delete that first, or else let it be there. Here we should hit remove, delete the Excel and create the new one. See, config is a list, delete the Excel, and if you see here, the new Excel has been created. Right now, we have seen that how we can read the data from the Excel. So we have seen two ways to read the data. I'll tell you third way as well, which is very similar to the second way. So first, let's have a look of this. How we can read the Excel? It, we have to write the cell number dot value. Dot value means we will get the value of that particular cell. So let's open the Excel. And here, let's write the value 192, 168. So it's a host name. Let's say R1 is equal to 192, 168, 4.90, suppose. Right? Let me save the Excel. After saving the Excel, if we rerun this code, you'll get the value of that R1 and IP address like in the format. This is the one way. For another way we have is this ws.cell row is equal to 2 and column is equal to 1. And always keep in mind, for reading the Excel, we have to, rather than creating the workbook object, we have to create the object of load workbook, right? So let's run the data. I'll get R1 because here I'm just running A2, row number 2, column number 1, right? Means second row, column first, second row, first column, means this cell, right? Now, similarly, I'll tell you one more way today. It's very similar to the prior way. Rather than writing row column, you can write like this as well because it's a keyword argument. You have to pass it row and column as well. You'll get the same data as R1, right? In this way, yesterday we have seen how we can read the data. Now that is fine about reading the cell. What if you just need to read entire data? Entire data means what? What if you have to read the entire Excel, which includes, let's say, multiple data in it, right? Let's say here what I'll do is like I'll gonna write, let's open our Excel, sample.xlxs, and here we are gonna write R2. And if I hit like this, let's say here, what I'll do is it's like this. If I save my Excel, right? Let's say I want to read entire Excel. I want to read entire Excel. For that, guys, we have to use pandas. We have to use pandas. Now, what is pandas? Now, pandas is the one of the data science library that we have to use over here, which programmatically used for reading any Excel, right? Even though you can read your Excel in this format as well, but it will gonna, you have to configure that in a loop, one row, you have to read it one by one. But we have a way, with the help of pandas, we can read all the Excel in a one go. How to do that? Let's do it. Here, we'll create the new file, lab number 3. And here what I'll do, I'll import the pandas. Pandas is the inbuilt library. No need to import it manually. Here I'll just write file name is the variable, and here I'll just pass sample.xlxs file. Right now, for reading the file, so it's very simple in pandas. You just need to create the read any object. Let's say I'm creating a read object. You just need to call the pandas function name as pandas.read excel. Pandas.read excel. If you call this function, guys, all the Excel, if I pass the file name, the Excel that you have passed, it will be or pandas will read that Excel for you. Let's print the read, capital RED, and let's see what is the output. What will be the output that you're gonna get. If you see here, over here, the output is like this, the exact Excel format that you are getting. Exact Excel format that you are getting. So it's a prettiest way to read the Excel in a one go, just in a one line, right? Rather than looping one element and all. This is the first way. The second way is like it could be possible that in your Excel there is some blank element. Let's say if I delete this, if I save this, and if I rerun it again, I'll get NaN. I'll get NaN. You can replace this NaN. NaN means none. You can replace this NaN with any of the key parameter. Let's say rather than NaN, I'll write no IP address. I want to replace it by no IP address. So how to replace it in pandas? You can create any object. Let's say I'll create data frame as an object. I have to change the data frame. Now, what is data frame and all? Let's not go in a detail. I'll just quickly tell you in a short. Data frame is the frame where we have to frame our data according to the pandas. So pandas has their own data frame structure, right? So where just like JSON, right? What is the use of JSON? JSON is a JavaScript annotation. It means that if you have to reformat your data, we use JSON. Similarly, in pandas always follow data frame. Data frame is like whatever the data that we are getting. This is the data frame for pandas, right? Now, how to deal with that data frame? You can just quickly assign or write the variable name as df, and here I'll write pandas. Again, it's very simple. We just need to call the function data frame, and here in which function we have this output read, capital RED, because here we are just storing, we are just reading that Excel read. I'm just telling that whatever this NaN, it should replace, or let's say let's have a look of another method rather than data frame. You can simply call read dot fill NA. So yeah, fill NA. Here let's say I'll say no IP address. It's simple. Rather than using data frame as well, you can use this. Okay, what you can do now, read the object. That's fine. Let's run the code. You'll get no IP address. Got it? If you're not writing this, you'll get NaN. Right? Print read. You'll get NaN. If you want to replace that NaN with any other string, you have to call like this. Fill NA is no IP address. Right? In this way, you can read the entire file in pandas. Any issues in pandas? How to read the file? Okay. Now let's move it. We will start with Excel file with the help of napam first. So in napam, I'm gonna take a code of let's take a usual code of show IP interface drape or show arc table. Let's take a show arc table code. This is show BGP neighbor. Let's take this code. Sorry. Right now, what we can do is here I'll reformat the code according to the standard form. Right, we have learned everything in module 1, how to convert, what are functions and all. Now I'll put everything in the functions now. Df open is a function name which should get IP, user, and password. Right, and here what I'll do is I'll write optional arcs. Let me write the code. I hope you'll get it side by side only. It's nothing new in it. It's just a what napam code that we are creating over here. Secret, it will be Cisco that we have learned. Then I'll create driver is equal to get network driver. I'm gonna play with iOS. Similarly, iOS is equal to, rather than using ars and quars, I'll write this name to IP. Username is equal to what? Which variable? User. Password is equal to which variable? This. And optional args is equal to optional args. That's it. And here I'll open the session. As it's what? App return iOS. Right, who will gonna call iOS, I'll gonna return the iOS, the session, right? So again, here what I'll do, I'll, so if you remember the reformatting of Paramiko, same thing we are doing over here. I'll gonna call read is equal to pandas. I'm gonna read that Excel. Okay, rather than this, first let's run the code without Excel only. And I return the file. What? Let's use with how to read the IP addresses from file, guys. Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah.
What happened today? You guys are not responding.
With open IPTXT.
Exactly. Let's put it over here. With open IPTXT as file, right? Now, what? Let's hit like this. File is equal to here. Let's hit config.xlxs. We'll create that new file, and IP we have to take one by one, right? So for taking IP one by one, what I'll do? Capital IP is equal to file dot read dot split lines. It will be list for small IP in capital IP. I'll use Cisco device. No, sorry, equal to like this. What? IP is equal to, let's say, small IP. User is equal to Dheeraj. Right? What is the remaining password? PAS. What is the PASSWD is equal to Cisco. That's it, right? And here I'll call that iOS is equal to open. No, not yeah. Capital open, because this is a function name as open, and here I'll pass Cisco device. So I'll pass like this: star Cisco device. And here now we need output. So let's say output is equal to, we need to create output function now, guys. Here I'll create the output function df output. This function should accept the iOS. And how to read the output? Read is equal to same thing that we just seen, right? Pandas dot read Excel. And here what? File. I'll write file. And that's it. Let's print read dot fill NA. Let's say no data found. No data found. That's it about output. Now here I'll call the output, and I'll pass the iOS, which is required. It will print the Excel for me. Now we have to create the Excel. We have to create the Excel first. How to create the Excel? This write create as a function, and here I'll call Excel function. Right? So I'll create Excel function over here now. Have a look how we are creating. This is a very important function. df Excel, right? And here, what we need to create Excel, guys? Tell me first. What we need? What is the first? What is the first requirement to create the Excel? File name, right? Now, where the file name is stored? Tell me the object. Tell me the variable. Where the Excel data of file name is stored?
File, capital file.
Exact file, capital file, right? Now tell me, do we need to global it, or we can use file directly over here?
I think not required.
Right, because it's already outside of the function, so it's already global. Right, I need iOS object as well, and I need output because I need to pass that output into the Excel. So before that, what I will do, let me comment this part, we don't need anymore. Before that, what I'll do, let me hit pass for a while. So let's move ahead with the exact code, right? What we did in Napam. Let's say this is our output. This is a ping output, right? So rather than get config, let's get our table this, right? And let's run the code. Let me check. Okay, don't have, let's say 221. See, this is the result of get arc table. This is what list of dictionaries. This is what list of dictionaries. See, keep this in mind, a list of dictionaries. And the key you have to keep in mind. So let's move ahead with our function. Now, what we need first create the Excel. We need first create the Excel. Now, what I will do, if file in os.listdir, if file is already there, a very important function now, have a look. If the file is already there, guys, do we need to create the new file?
Delete the file?
No, but if we delete it, every time, every data, it will gonna delete it and update it. Do we need to do that? What we need to
No.
do, we need to keep the data one by one, right? First data, second data, third data, right? Now for that, we need to learn one more function over here. So let me hit pass for a while, and we'll come back to this code afterwards. If you remember, like this is the use of pass, guys. Let's say lab number 6. No, sorry, 5. What I'll do again, from OpenPY Excel, import star. Now we're gonna learn one more function today. The name is print. Okay, max. Name is max. Not actually, it will gonna tell us the maximum row where the data is there, right? So if before that, let's open our Excel first. Where is our Excel? This. Now tell me, which is the maximum row where the data is there? First column, which is the maximum row?
15.
Exactly. The 15th row is the maximum row where the data is there. So here, what I'll do, I'll print, oh sorry, max. We have to create first load. We have to load the Excel. How to load the Excel? WB is equal to load workbook. Let's say I'll write sample.xlxs. Again, same. Everything is same. WB.active. And here I'll write max is equal to ws.max row. Now, if I print max, guys, let's see what the output that I'll get. I'll get 15. If you see over here, I'll get 15. It means until row number 15, there is a data. If I hit +1, means what? I'll get 16. What is 16? 16th is what?
Free space where we can load the
It's a
data.
blank, exactly. It's a blank cell where we can load the data. If I write 15, 16 now, 15 now over here, let's save the Excel. And if I run the this, see 17, getting this. If I write 16, let's save the Excel. If I read it again, okay. So in this way, we have to play that if the first is there, load the Excel, again append the data, again append the data, increase the data, right? Got it? How we can get the maximum row?
Yeah, max.
Dheeraj,
Mm-hmm.
in row column B or column C, there is this data
Mm-hmm.
other than like 19 or 20. The column B or column C.
Okay.
Still, it will be
Yes.
valid. Right? Still, it will be
Exactly.
taking.
Let's do that. Let's do that. See, let's see. There is a data on B, right? It's not on A.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see. 17th row is a blank row, it is saying. So it will consider that it should not be data in entire cell. My bad, entire row.
Okay,
Right?
got it. Okay.
Let's move ahead. Let's come to our lab now. Now here, I'll write if capital F in os dot list dir, then what we need to do? Do we need to remove it or do we need to load it? If it is already there, what we need to do?
Load.
Exactly,
reload.
we need to load it. Because if the Excel is there, no need to delete it, right? We have to load the same Excel, and after loading, I have to update the data. Refreshing Excel. Refreshing Excel. Here, what I'll write, WB is equal to, I guess I need to import from OpenPI Excel, import star. WB is equal to load workbook, and here file, and WS is equal to WB dot active. That's it. Else, if it is not there, then what should we do? We have to create the new Excel, right? So let's create it. So I'll print a message for the user like this, that creating the Excel plus hash multiplied by 20. WB is equal to workbook. WS is equal to WB dot active. That's it. Now this is very important. Have a look. I'll tell you two methods. First method I'll tell you, you can say the general method. People used to use this. Second, I'll tell you the advanced method. WS is A of 1. So tell me first, rather than this. Tell me first. Let's say if you want to create, where is that our NetMeco lab? No, sorry, NAPAM lab. This I guess, right? Yes. So I'll tell you what we need to create. We need to create an Excel, and in that Excel, now guys, we need to, let's say you get a task. to create the Excel file and get this data in Excel format. So what will be the first step that we're gonna do? To bring this data in the Excel format in the Excel. What will be the first step? First row, right? So in the first row, what information that you'll need? Let's say I need host name, I need IP, I need interface, I need MAC, I need age. Get it? So we have to store this information. And will that information will be changed in the Excel when we are updating the data, or this will be the constant?
The top row headers
It-
are constant.
Right? It's a constant. So what I will do is here only in lab number 4, what I'll do while refreshing the Excel, I'm not mentioning it. Only while creating the Excel, I'll gonna add that first row because one-time journey it is, right? So here, what I'll write, how to add the row in the A1 column. Sorry, in the A1 cell. What we need? Host name. I'll write host name. We are not assigning data, guys. We are just assigning the keyword, the first row. What is there? V1. V1 equal to what? Tell me. IP.
Yeah, IP.
Right. WB equal to C1. Capital
Next
C.
is INT interface.
Yes. Interface. Then
MAC.
MAC. Let's say MAC address. Should be D1. What is remaining? Age.
Age.
Should be E1. This is the one way to create it. I'll tell you another way afterwards, like once we set with the program. Right, that will be easier rather than this. WB dot save. What should I save? What should I write over here?
File name.
Yeah, file name what? What is the object of file name? File, capital F.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, this is done. Now here, like outside of this, what I'm doing now, max is equal to this object will take care of ws dot max row plus 1. This particular variable will gonna take care of what? Empty row.
Yeah.
Right. Now I'm assigning the data, guys. Have a look. ws of a of, okay, wait, where is my pen? Yeah. Now tell me this data, the data that I have get over here, this is of which host? Host means which device?
IP addresses you can tell.
Yeah, yes, it's 221 data, right? 4.221 data. Now, one thing I just wanted to ask you that let's create the Excel like this. Let's say if I'm creating the Excel. This is the host, our first row. Do we need, let's say for the first row, we're gonna enter these details, first details, blah, 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 blah. And here I have written, let's say 4.221. Do we need again 4.221 over here and again the data? Or if we write only 221, that will be fine for both of us. Got it or not? Getting it or not?
No.
Get it or not?
No, 4.1, it will be in only one row, right?
Okay. Yeah, it should be in one row, right? So let's say it is host name. And there are like whatever the data that we're gonna write over here. Let's say here if I write 4.221, zoom it. If I write 4.221 and here whatever the data it is, we have two ARP entries, right? Right now, if I two ARP entries, in your case, it will be multiple. So it's a waste of time or waste of this. If you write this again and again, it's a confusing as well. So rather than that, what I'll do, I'll write like this 4.221 and all the data will be like this. So user will get to know, okay, this is 4.221 data, which is storing until here. If there is another 4.222, 4.222, then again, this will be happening. In this way, you need to format your data. Guys. Getting it or not?
Yeah, because we have multiple MAC addresses.
But we have like it's ARP entries, right? We could have multiple ARP entries for the single device. Why we need to use this 4.221 again and again?
Okay.
How we're gonna bifurcate that? So to avoid this, what I'll do here. Okay, this is the whatever the data that we have generated. This is in which object? Oh, sorry, which variable? I'll show you. Wait, where is? This is of which variable data?
Output.
Output variable data. This is which type of data?
List.
List of dictionary. Don't tell list. List of dictionary.
List.
Now, if I use for loop over here, if I use for loop over here at a time, let's say for item in output.
Output.
Right? At the first time, what element will be, which element will be there in item?
Age interface IP MAC addresses.
Right? This entire dictionary will be there in item.
Yeah.
Right? And before that, before running this loop, because I just need one time, right? Before running this loop, what I'll do is I'll assign that particular host name to A1, or A1 now, A2, sorry. A1 is already there, right? Of str of max. I'll tell you what is this. Is equal to. Okay. This is what string, right? Max is not a string. Max is an integer type of data, and hence we need to convert that max into the string first, and then concatenate with this, right? So let's say what will be in the max now. If after running this, it will create the Excel. If I created the Excel, and in this row at the first time, if there is no data, what will be the data in max?
The second one means after heading.
Right? Two, right? Because in the first row, there is host name, or this entire row is there. So what is the blank row? 2. So at the first time, 2 will be there. So A2 will store with what? IP. So how do I get the IP of the of what? Of the device? Tell me. How do I get the IP of the device?
Output index IP address.
Do we have IP address over here in the output? Check. Do we need device IP, right? We don't need interface IP. This is an interface IP.
Okay.
We need device IP. Check. Where is that? From where we can get it? So always keep in mind, rather than checking inside the function, go with global first. Go with outside the function. Is there any dictionary? Is there any list? Is there? From there we can get the IP.
Maybe go up Cisco device.
You can get
Cisco
it from
device,
here,
yes,
right?
Cisco device.
Cisco device of IP. We'll get it like this, right? And then we're gonna run the output. How to run the output? It's simple only. So copy. Let's press here. It will be B. What will be the B throw? What should be there in B throw?
B, I think MAC address.
No.
IP.
Let's set IP, right? So how to get this IP?
IP will be.
This is item. In item, what is there?
Item IP.
Exactly. Item of
IP.
small IP. The
Yeah.
key, here. Then interface.
Item of Mac. Okay, interface.
Let's say Mac.
It will be B1, BC.
Yeah, that will change. C, D, E. Right? Get it?
Yeah.
And after that, we have to again save our Excel. Don't save your Excel in the inside this loop. WD dot save. Sorry, WB dot save and capital file. We are saving our file and we are closing our iOS connection here only. iOS dot close. Right? Now we have to call what parameters this Excel include file. So I'll pass file. What is second thing? iOS. I'll pass iOS. Third thing is what? Output. I'll pass out. Okay. Here no guys. Change the output. It's like keyword because output is a function as well, right? Sorry, we do not need to return the output. Okay, this is just for, I guess, wait. Something is messed up over here. Have a look. Let's go to lab number 1, our lab. What is everything else? So here, let's have a look of this. Show IP app table where we are giving, no, we are not giving this. We have to give this, right, guys? So where's the output? So here, no, rather than this, what I'll do, tell me guys. I'll not read the Excel. What I'll do, I'll like this. My output is equal to this, and here I'll return that output. Now it will run, I guess. No, there is no error. See, I'm calling the output with the help of iOS. Here I'm getting the output in the output variable and I'm passing that output. Now it's fine, I guess. That's it. Now what I'll do, I'll tell user that I'm printing the data. So you can write like this, adding the data for Cisco device of IP.
IP.
That's it. And again, I'll write, see, I'm doing advancing in a one go. I'm not in if input do you want to open file, type s/no dot lower is equal to if y. See, I'm not wasting my variable. I'm directly writing over here only. Sub process. In your case, it could be os.start file. Open, comma, what file? Else, let's print. Thank you. And I'll call as read. So now I'll read. So let's create a read. df read is equal to, okay, what, how to read? Read is equal to pandas dot what? Read Excel, and this read should accept what? File. I'll print read dot fill NA has no data found. That's it. Good to go. Okay, there is an error over here. Its iOS is not there. We have to pass iOS here as well. Open, where is open? Mhm. Like this. It should be. Any issues in the code? Shall I run the code? Send. Invalid file format. It always happens with me. This. I'll tell you what is the issue. What will be is equal to 192 state 1.4.90. Okay, one in the same thing. Just to ignore that, here it should be IP list. Yes, now. Guys, yeah, see, creating the Excel because we don't have Excel file in this. Okay, issue is Cisco device adding data. Here there is a issue. Check, check, check. What is the issue? Is it the key? It should be capital IP. Because see, guys, getting it or not?
Yeah.
Hiding data for 221. Challenge. That's fine. I'll start this devices. It always happens with me. Config terminal. Let's configure SSH quickly. Related to man. That's not.
You can change the IP addresses where the SSH is used.
Is it? No, I changed the IP addresses. I guess I have changed the IP address. Yeah, it's 230, right? Let's start. Let me ping that first. 192, 168, 4.223. Is it up? Okay. It's up now. 224. I guess duplicate packets have been sent. Let's play with only two devices for a while, and then meanwhile let's wait. It will start. But the thing is, why this is here? 2 to 1 and 2 to 3. Now it should be what? Refresh or create?
Refresh.
Because config is already there. Should now print me refreshing the Excel. Is my device connectivity issue or what? Grab. I'm passing secret, right? Yeah, I'm passing secret. Why does not been? It's 233, right? What is the IP of this, guys? 223. Check. Okay, this is network stuff. It could be happen with anyone.
It should be secret TS or only T.
Secret what? Secret?
Secrets means TS.
No, no. Secret only. If you see Netmico, in Netmico we did the same thing. In background it should use secret Netmico only, right?
Mm.
Okay, wait. Format dot self dot post. Okay. I'm not sure, but let's try. Yes. Not sure. It's one in the same thing actually. Meanwhile, what the status about 222? Is it up? Yes, it is. See, now it works. That's fine. One in the same thing. It happens. Could be due to Google Cloud. Okay, refreshing the Excel, adding data for 2 to 1, adding data for 2 to 3. Now, do you want to open the Excel? Yes, I want to see the data. Now, this is why it has happened, because we have run that Excel a lot of time. So what I'll do, hit this, I'll hit don't save, I'll delete the Excel. Let's start it from the beginning. Delete it, delete it, delete it. Let's run the code again and let's see the output. Should be like create the Excel now. Creating the Excel, adding data of 2 to 1. Now it should be refreshing the Excel. Let's open it. See, we have the data. Right, this is for 2 to 1. This is for 2 to 3.
We can implement the same logic in the paramedic and netmic also.
Yeah, we have a lab for those. Let's wait. Right, in this way you can get the IP address and IP details. Now let's hit the new lab for netmico. Paramico, you can do it by your own. I'll take a lab of netmico. And netmico, I have one lab with me, which is with multi-threading as well. Let's cover that. So netmico. In netmico, actually it is very simple. Where is our netmico code? Let's copy one of the netmico code. Let's copy this.
Can you do it through the reformatting the code in the netmic?
Yeah. We'll do it. We will reformat it.
Okay.
Here, let me copy paste it because most of the things are same now. So reformat it. No issues.
One problem in the reformatting,
Mm-hmm.
when I'm defining the function, it is not accepting the command automatically. Maybe
I'm not getting it.
I
Command
mean,
in the sense, let's say iOS dot append or that's what.
yeah.
So for that, no, let's say if we are doing like this, just have an example. No? Let's say this file is a global, right? And if I'm writing like this, let's say A, and if I write file, and I want to utilize some file dot something variable, right? It will not be, because thing is, let's say either this file is a list. Let's say F is equal to list. I'm saying this here you are using list F. So if you hit F dot, you'll not get anything because you have to call this function before. So if you write like this, F of this, if you pass this F no, and if you call this F, see, because this F is representing this local variable. Python will not know that what is this F that you are saying. It's not this F. This is local variable. That's what you are not getting the things. If you send that variable, let's say either it could be A or let's say R, let's say L. If you write L dot now, I'll get it because I'm passing, I'm calling.
Actually, what I did I just wrote this program and copy pasted the command from this format to the reformatting.
You can use like this as well. No, you can use default parameters. See, if you don't want to call it, just use our default parameters. Okay, so let's move ahead here. No, guys. Sorry, I'm not feeling well today. Okay, this is threading code, right? No. This is just taking the IP address and all. Rather than this, now let's write it from the scratch. Import. This is very confusing to copy pasting thing is very used to jumble things up. That's it. What do we need for netmico? From netmico, import connect handler.
Connect handler.
From OpenPyXL, import star. That's it. Here I'll write try. If again the same thing. Let's set now config dot excel access os dot list dir print See guys, if today it is not possible to take the Palo Alto, I would request each and everyone to, like, after this class, there will be 2 basic Palo Alto videos will get uploaded in the application. So I would request each and everyone go through it first before jumping to the Palo Alto class, because during theory, please don't ask me that how we can configure the interface or any networking stuff. I'll completely, our class will depend on API. So just go through that basic setup and all. WB is equal to what? Load.
Where will get this basic setup? Oh, sorry, the
Videos will be there. Videos will be uploaded in the same path where you get the same videos, right?
in our class recording.
Yes. Multiplied by 20. So in today's class, I'll gonna cover theoretical part, like not much, but at least few. Let's start it with Palo Alto today. File. Anyone has any concern in this?
No.
I feel it's very fast. I'm just
It's not fast. You're not catching my speed now.
no, sir. Actually, I'm carefully listening what you're doing.
That's what I told in the first class, right? Speed will get increased. You have to grab yourself.
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anything.
What about others? Do you think it's fast?
All depends on the practice.
So if you're not practicing, no, it will be fast. Because see, right now I cannot tell you like, hey guys, what is if is doing over here? Why we are taking this? The same thing we did in the last code. You can ask this why we are doing the same over here. I can tell you this, but I cannot tell you this thing. What we are doing over here now? Can anyone tell me?
We're just adding the first line.
Yes.
Header of
Header.
Good. Header.
key.
Rather than copy pasting the guys, always try to just use the same what. Like try to write the code by your own. That's what I can say.
While we are giving the interview, assuming, are they, suppose someone is asking me to write a code. So will they provide the PyCharm or just
no, they'll ask you, just say they'll ask you to share your screen, open a PyCharm. Obviously, if you're a coder, you should install the PyCharm, right? You have already installed the PyCharm in your system. This is the one way. If you don't have PyCharm, they call you to use online interpreter.
But online interpreter will be very difficult, where it will be no support for this command.
No, but they'll not ask you to automate any switches and all. They'll judge you what type of logic you used to write. If you able to write the logic, it means you are able to automate the devices.
No. My question is, well, assuming I'm invoking the cell, so I'm just unable to recall the command. So if we are using the PyCharm, it will.
No. They'll not allow you.
Oh my goodness.
They'll not. That's what the Python is, right? Let's say I know each and every command. So you can ask interviewer only. Hey sir, I'm not getting this command. Could you just help me? They'll help you out, but don't use that format. They'll tell it is possible to. It could be possible with anyone that you could forget the command. Ask the interviewer only, just one time. not every time.
Mm.
But you have to learn the syntaxes as well as what are the supported commands.
Mm.
Second thing is like, okay, let's complete this. We discussed that on that. Okay, this is done. Two for for NetMiko, what is the first key we need?
IP address.
Huh?
IP.
Okay, IP. Tell me. IP will be what?
IP will be device.
Second.
Then host name.
No, user.
User.
You
Sorry.
have to
No.
learn the keys. You have to learn the keys.
Yeah. Then password. Then port number if needed.
I don't want to give. Then
secret.
Then that's it. This is
That's
let
it,
me go.
Oh, that's it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I liked your confidence, Jyoti. What about device type?
Oh my. Device. iOS.
Cisco iOS. iOS in NAPAM.
It is a bit confusing now.
What about me then? I am also the network engineer. Connect handler, star, user input. If greater than in connection dot find from means what?
Connection dot config.
Connection dot
config.
How can you be like go from enable mode to
No.
configuration mode?
If in connection dot enable. I just unable to recall the command enable.
You have to learn it. Do some ratta. Now we are assigning the values, guys. Version is equal to. Okay. Now tell me how we can get the version. Let's say from the command in CLI, because we are running what? NetMiko. So connection dot send command. How to get version in CLI?
So version.
Show version.
Yeah.
Will I get version? I'll get entire thing. No. First, let's say uptime. Getting or not? I want version. I'll get entire data. Show version. What I want is, if I hit show version over here, I don't need this. What I need, I just need this. Where is that? Or tell me any command which will show me the version. I'll write this. No, I know I see. I hope you remember the what? The slicing.
Okay, slicing.
What is the slice number of this?
72 or 71 like
No, 17. 17, bro. Let's have a wanna look. Let's have a look. Where we get some? Let me go find 17. right? I guess I have replaced that, but the number is 17, the slice number. Show run will be the output. Now I want to slice it starting from 17 to 32. This is just a imaginary number. Or else you want, you can hit like this. It will be entire show running configuration for you guys. This is show running configuration. For version, you can write starting from 17 to what? Where is this? 17, it will be here. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Let's say 30. Sorry. Right? That's it. What else we need? Let's say prompt. Not prompt, let's say device name. Let's say name. Connection dot find prompt. Tell me.
What do you connection? Find.
I want a name, no. Name of the device.
Oh, okay.
-1.
-1, yes.
This we have studied in NetMiko, guys.
Yeah.
Now max is equal to ws dot max row plus 1. Now assign the variable a of plus str of max is equal to, I know if those who are like who are thinking that it's fast, after the class, look the video, have a look of the video once. It will be like very simple for you. For a, no guys, what I need to store, I want to store the IP.
You just go up with this, sorry. IP address.
Actually, it should be in the for loop, right? Device.
Where is the IP? Device IP.
Why? It's a user input IP you can use, or else you can use device only.
Oh,
right?
device. Device only IP.
If you want to use user IP, that's fine. Either you can use device. Now in bth column, bth column, let's assign a prompt, or let's say name of that device. Or let's say first name and then IP. Okay, let's check the first IP address is first, right? And then host name. See, according to you have to assign the value, guys.
First will be IP.
IP means device. And
device.
Then name.
Then name.
Then version,
then
right?
Version.
Okay, then version will be what? Version.
Then
Here,
config.
then config.
In the
config is
it will be run.
Let's use uptime as well. Even uptime. C D. Hey, what is remaining here? If you see E is there, right? A B C D E. A B C D E. IP hostname version IP address.
Configuration run.
No, yeah. Here it should be
Run.
And then uptime.
Capital up.
Yep. That's it. Good. Then what? Outside of for loop, wb dot save config dot select 6 print closing connections. How to close the connection in parameter or NetMiko?
Connection dot close or disconnect.
Thank God. Connection dot disconnect. That's it. Guys, Sudeep, Murli getting or not?
Yeah, I'm getting.
I thought today you guys are in the listening mode.
I am in the listening mode, sir.
I'll call the same logic. I'll copy paste the same logic for opening the file. You wanna read the file, right?
I think its file name is config.
Yeah. We will not store the file name. That's fine. What else? Let's copy this, no? The read function, right? This is read function. Okay. Best. It's better to write that file name in a variable. And every time no need to write that. Okay. Why this is error is coming? Try and accept. Could be permission error. In your case, in my case, it's not because I'm using Mac. You can write please close the Excel. Here you can use os.start file. On those who are using the Windows. Okay, let's run the code. Fetching data. Is the Excel is already there? Stop it. Delete this Excel. You can even though write one function for the user that if user want to delete the Excel or not. Creating the new file. Losing connection. And I think I was waiting for this result actually, but I guess no enable password has been there. Losing connection. That's a school. What about 222? Because there are 4 commands, no guys. Done. Let's have a look on the Excel. Yes, I want to, okay, let's read it. Cool, I got the data. Wanna check the Excel? See. There is only one thing is not being coming this, but rest all see this. See, multiple options are also available, and guys, if you want to format the code, format the Excel, not code. If you want to format the Excel, let's say if you want to merge 2 things, everything will be center in a center, or else let's say if let me share this code. I'll not share it, but I'll just show you. Okay, like this. So you can do this. Everything is in the center. What row you need? If you need bold first row, you can do it. You can just learn it in the OpenPY Excel, right? You can even though hit margin as well. You can send it in the email as well. Everything is there. right? So only this thing we need to fix up now, version, because rest all it's same. Uptime we are getting, which one is up from this is IP address, this is name, version you will get it, I guess. Let's have a look of the version afterwards. Configurations, right? But you have to calculate what you can do. I'll tell you the good way. Search version. Okay, let's do it. What I'll do here, where is that? Find is equal to after runner. Where is that run? Yeah, right. Find is equal to run dot find, because this is a string, no version. So it will gonna give me what? The index, right? Guys, remember or not? I don't think you are.
Yes, yes. Last time we did.
Yeah, so it will gonna give me.
For indexes, you have to give an index.
Both are the same thing. I'll tell you the difference in between find and index. Yes, some index. So let's see if you have a. See, if you write print a dot index, if you write version, run the code, you'll get 34. But if you, let's say capital V, you'll get error because substring not found. Use find. The difference in find is rather than giving error, it will give -1. Only this is the difference, nothing else.
Okay,
if you want to catch that error, you can catch it in the exception handling in the index. Get the difference?
Yeah, in that case, you will not get the error at least.
Yeah. Version is small, right? Small version. And where is our version? This.
Just, it's not needed, I think. Just find will be sufficient.
Yeah.
No.
No, sorry, my bad.
So run, then find.
See, version is starting. This is starting 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Say 45. Let's see. I'm not sure. Run the code again. Sorry. I'll not open the Excel now. I'll just read the code in pandas. We'll see the output. But guys, are you getting it right? You're getting it or not?
A version maybe if the length is more or less in other devices.
But this will gonna take it, right? Find will gonna find the version, right?
No, it will be the first letter. Means it will find the V only, no?
Yeah, but after that, see, the name will be the same, right? Okay, I'll tell you. The name will be the same, right? Okay, it is just showing few. Showing blank. Here, know what I'll do? Let's print find. Let's see. And here, let's print version. See, guys, you have to, what I can say, articulate it accordingly. No, I should get the find index.
Without so how I can debug the program? Means assuming I'm doing some recursion and one or two iteration is going and next are not coming. How to debug it in the program?
No, sorry. Can you just repeat that question for me?
How will debug the program without the print statement? Means where I'm
No, you
getting
cannot. You cannot.
Mm.
See, that's what in the live environment as well. We used to debug it with the help of print statement. What we used to do is we used to hit print statement like this: f string of 11111 in each and every function. We have to debug it like this. We are doing it in a live environment. This is the first function. It's correct or not. See, debugging is a skill that's like troubleshooting, right? You cannot teach troubleshooting to anyone. During practice, you get to know, okay, this thing I need to check, that thing I need to check. Similarly applies over here. You have to debug your code with the help of your own knowledge only, and it will come with the help of practice. Right? You have to put a print statement, each and every step, just with print statement over there and check what is the output. If I'm not getting correct output, it means at the end, you'll not get the exact output that you're looking for. Take it as a task, this version. I guess almost we have covered it. See, from this, we get this version and try to get, do we have any other command where in the device where we'll just get the version?
In the show version also you'll find.
Right. Show version, we are doing it right, but show version, let's say, where is the show version?
Here version 15.2. This one.
This is also fine. We can get it. It's simple actually, but it's capital V. Keep this in mind. One more thing you can do. See, show version. If you hit show version, right? Dot find version. Oh no, it will not. Here only have to write this like this, version dot find, and here let's capital V. Here it will be version. First try this rather than doing this. No, first try this. Let's print CMD of find. Only one device is there, right? Let's use this. See, V is there. Fine. We are getting V. Yes, 0. It's a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 I want, right? Get it. 12. Now our code will run. Let's run the code, guys. Get it what I did?
Yeah,
Anyone?
yeah.
You can do this dot find here as well. Let's find this OS as there. Let's save it. Say this. Getting now exact data.
Yeah.
Right. In this way, you can play with your data, guys. Like this. Now you can bold it. Whatever thing you need to do, you can try with this. Right? Yes or no? Shall I move ahead?
Yeah.
Anyone has any concern? Copy paste this code. Sorry?
No, sir.
Hi, go ahead, Narama. Oh, no, sorry. Okay.
Sir,
Can you
board in the sense manually will do in the Excel sheet you are talking about, or in programming we write, we have to modify or something.
what?
No, in Excel sheet, whatever we are decorating, like bold or highlighting.
No, via code as well you can do. Via code as well you can do. See this program. I have created this program. Where is this? I'll run for you guys. Let me only check the. Okay. See, this is the formatting. If I guess this session has been recorded, so just have a look of this formatting. If you're not getting it, right? This is what Excel styles are. See here, what I'm doing, I'm considering the width of the columns. Okay, let's copy paste this in our, and let's give the color as well. This is the first class I'm doing this. I have not taken this in my previous batches, but just have a look. See, I'm giving border as well. Let's not give border and all because it will be trickier for you to understand, but you can learn it afterwards. Let me hit copy. Let's use the same in our code. So dimensions will be this. What is this color, right? Which column it is? No, not sure, right? Let me check. From where I'm calling this Excel style, let me check. Okay, see what I did is I have ran the for loop for each and every column. So whatever the column it is, it will gonna check the, it will gonna change the color of that columns. So here, what you can do you can use the same for loop actually. I think it will be trickier to use this two loops over here, but you can do it. You can do it. I believe that. So what I did over here, I'll quickly tell you. One loop I have taken for row, one loop I have taken for column. So I'm just taking that, okay, one by one row and then one by one column. So this loop will gonna take care of maximum row. This row, loop will gonna take care of maximum column, right? And here, what I'll do like this. Cool. And library that I wanted to check. Which library we need? We need, I guess, some style or something. Yeah. Import style. here, rather this you can import from OpenPY Excel import styles. It's not good. So there are a lot of color options are available. You can pick any color if you want. That's it. Let's try it. I hope it will work. Wait. Yes. Beauty factor. Creating the Excel. You guys are saying this is the fast class. I believe this is the slowest class that I have taken and as compared to other classes. What do you say? See this, the content has been bold now. The first row. The first row has been bold now.
Yeah.
Color and all, I think you can use the same, guys. I'm not sure. For color, you have to use this.
So why we are using here this Excel sheet? Means no, not why you are using. Why this board or can't we do in Excel sheet? Means for this programming, I'm not asking this. By using this programming, also we can do. You may say.
You can create it obviously for let's say why we are using via programming is we are avoiding the manual efforts, right? So what I'll do, I'll kind of create this Excel file and I'll send it to the user directly on email, right? Rather than checking the data. Let's say I have scheduled job for me, like every 9 o'clock, once I come to office, once I log in my system, automatically the data will gonna fetch it in the background and it will gonna send it to the user. At that time, why you're gonna check that Excel again? Why you're wasting your time to reformat it? Format it accordingly and send it automatic. Python will do that job for you.
Thank you. Got it.
Right, that's it about NetMiko. And let's move ahead with multi-threading program that I'll not take it from the scratch. I'll just copy paste it and I'll explain what I have a program over there. See, what I did over here is the program is already there. I think someone was asking me to reformat the code. Here I have reformatted the NetMiko code. The program is already uploaded. Here the first function is connection function, which is taking the user input. I'm just checking the connection is, I'm holding the connection with the help of connect handler, right? Whatever the data that we're gonna put in the user input, it will handle as a connect handler output. And here I'm just entering to the enable mode if it is there. And I'm now from here only I'm calling this Excel. So here the Excel is there, right? What I did is try, show version, show run, prompt, NTP if you want to, NTP status that I wanted, you can skip this part. Max, the same thing. Like first row, I'm just writing now. Right? That now this is not a first row, I believe. This is what the output is. Okay, let's start from the beginning actually. First, everything will get ignored, right? First is create. Now go to create function from here. Create. Now here, I'm here now. Now, what this create will gonna take care of? Create will gonna check if the list, file is there or not. If it is there, fetch it. If it is not there, create this data at the first row, right? Then from here, I'm calling threading, right? I'm in threading now. So in threading, what I'm taking care of, I hope that you guys remember this concept. Yesterday, we have learned this, how we can call the threads and all. I'm just reading that output one by one. I'm using the same devices, right? Here calling the user input, which is this, right? I'm sending the user input, sorry. And here I'm calling the connection, right? ts.start, th.join. If you go to connection now, see this is connection. We're gonna take care of connection. From here only, I'm going to Excel, right? And here I'm just storing my data and I'm hitting if the I'm storing that Excel. That's it. This will be the last. And at the end, after everything has been completed, right? After this Excel, it will return back to this. There is nothing who called connection, it will return back to connection. Here, right? If it is there is nothing, then it will out of the loop and it will gonna call complete. And in the complete, it will gonna save, open that file or not. Getting how the looping is occurring? I know that it is, but if you side by side, if you open your code, no, go with the flow. How the interpreter is going, in which loop, from which loop it is coming. Get it or not? So let's create the devices.txt over here. One 92, 168, 4.221, 222, 223, 90, 91. That's it. Run our code. This is threading code. Fetching data. Okay, stop it. Creating. Entering into the enable mode. Could be possible at one of the device has enable password. See, we are running for how much devices? Closing connection, blah, blah, blah. Everything is set. See the output. Actually, it should be uptime, this first row name, but everything has been done. Guys, getting it or not?
We need to go through this code again.
Yes, you have to. You can format that thing and you can send it via email. Right? This is multi-threading code. Only 22 seconds for like you can write n number of devices. You only take 22 seconds to generate the code because it's multi-threading. That's what we studied yesterday. That's it about our programming classes for NetMiko and all. Only the API is remaining. We'll take it after 5 minutes. I'll not take entire thing. We'll just cover the theoretical part.
Okay.
Right, and in the next class, we're going to complete that API as well. That will be the last class for you guys. Okay, let's come back after 5 minutes. It's 10:45. Let's come at 10:50. So at least you guys will get to know that how you can work with the Palo Alto, how you can configure the interfaces and all, right? So this is Palo Alto. Image is already been shared with you guys, right? If you check, this is the Palo Alto firewall, and here it is connected to the switch number 230, and here this is the main switch. Now, one thing is you have to use Palo Alto image of 9.0 because 8.0 doesn't support API and few of the parameters as well. Python API I'm saying about. Now, XML and JSON API, they are supported, but Python APIs have not been supported. Always use version above 8.0. So this is 9.0 firewall, right?
Python doesn't support 8 version. Version 9 it support. What do you say? Am I right? Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Right. So the version file is already there in the automation script folder. We have to just copy paste it to use this particular firewall. Now, once you just start this, if you go towards if you want to take a console of the firewall, right? So guys, just wanted to keep this in mind that it will gonna take at least 5 to 10 minutes. It is not just like your switch that if you turn on anything and you can take the console. So let me take a console for the first time. After 10 to 15 minutes, just try to use the password as admin. It is a generic password of the Palo Alto. No need to configure SSH in that. By default, SSH is configured. If you just want to change username and password, simple scripts to change the username and password that you can search it and change the username and password. Right now, how to configure the interface, management interface, I'll quickly tell you. Go to the configuration, no, configure. Here, just write set device config. Here, you just need to first give that you just need to tell Palo Alto that you are going to give a static IP rather than DHCP IP. Here, you can just set system and static. System and static. If you hit static, it will gonna take the system type static. Sorry, system type static. Right now, just you can give static IP to a firewall. How to give static IP? It's set again device type system. Rather than type now, just set IP address. IP address will be, let's say my IP address 192.168.4.70. Okay. Net mask will be 255/24 mask. Right. And default gateway, in my case is 4.1. Right. Hit OK. After hitting this, in our iOS switches and router, we used to do write, right? Here we have to do commit. If you hit commit, the device configuration will get already committed into the into the file, into the firewall, right? If you want to check the interface is there or not, show. Tell me, guys, show what? Network interface. Man, how to check the management interface IP?
Management.
No.
The Ethernet.
Hmm?
Interface the Ethernet, right?
I want to check the management IP. Tell me the command. Management IP that I just provided. Tell me the command quickly.
Under network interface management.
Show under network interface, but there is no management.
Just simply enter it. It will show all the interfaces.
How it will show? It will just show the interfaces. I want management interface. Quickly, guys. You are a Palo Alto expert. No. I forgot that command. That's what I'm
Show
asking.
interface management. Show interface management.
I guess that is not in the configuration management.
It's not in.
See, this is the IP address that we have given. This is the net mask. This is the default gateway. Right. So in this way, you have to provide the IP addresses. Now let's move ahead with the Palo Alto theory. So for jumping on Palo Alto, we have categorized Palo Alto API into 3 steps. First step is XML. First is XML. Right. First is what? XML. Second is JSON. Third is Python. Right? So I want you guys that although this is just a Python class and I can even take Python here, but I want you to prepare for each and every step. So hence I have enclosed these 2 topics. These 2 topics required Linux environment, right? to be frank, that generating API keys and all, you need Linux environment for using this XML and JSON. For Python, you can obviously that the same that we are using right now. From Windows, you can send the script and it will act as it will send that command to the Python with the help of APIs. Right. So I'll just explain thoroughly that how the XML and JSON works. So if you have Linux environment, definitely you can generate the API keys and all. But for dealing with API, always keep in mind, always use Linux environment. Always. Right? Anything. If you want to deal with any FortiGate APIs, Python APIs, right? Always use Linux environment. And if you guys heard about Postman tool, Postman tool is just a interface in between your API and the local machine. So with the help of Postman tool, you can call the APIs and all. But that also required the Linux environment. Right? So it's what let's say. Try to practice Linux as much as you can. Now let's move ahead with the XML. Now the question arises here is what is XML? That is the first question, right? So anyone know what is XML? XML is a markup language, right? Anyone knows about HTML? Have you ever seen HTML code?
Yes, a little bit I know.
Okay, so
No.
have you we have seen HTML code?
In the websites, like okay, the HTML, the code, and then they're calling the CSS or even the
Let's bring over just Google, right? Let's use facebook.com. Let's say I want to automate this everything. What I'll do, I'll hit inspect. Getting this is all the HTML format, right? If you ever see the scripts, the classes, if you get time, just have a look of this console and all. If this ID and all, see HTML is there. This is all the HTML codes, right? Division, body, like head, it's the HTML part. If you want to take the ID of this, you can just hit this arrow, click this, copy the ID. This ID will remain same. With the help of this ID, you can call XPath. I'll tell you what is XPath and all. With the help of this, you can get the ID and tell Python that enter ID, email, enter value of this ID will be whatever email that you are using. You can automate this stuff as well. Automatically log into the Facebook and sending something into the Facebook. With the help of this ID. It's a small code, you can do it. But for that, you need to learn Python first. That you already learned it. Right now, it will be easier for you to understand the codes. Right. So for this ID and all, it's a part of HTML language. Similar to this, we have XML language. Now, XML language we use for most of the purpose. Like first, we use for NSO, Network Service Orchestrator. We use for network automation. We use for Cisco DevNet, right? We use XML for multi-purpose for networking, right? So if you guys get a time to learn XML in details, go and learn it. So XML gonna support if you want to convert XML file into the Excel file, you can. From XML, you can change or you can send the emails as well. There are multiple things. There are a lot of things in the market. If you want to grow yourself, you can learn it, right? And the similar stuff, we are going to take it over here as well. Now, as I told you, it's just very similar to the HTML, and XML has been developed by W3 Schools. If you ever heard about this website, it's a good website for learning. W3 Schools has been developed by W3C. Now, for moving ahead, XML has come up with XML tags. XML has always come up with XML tags. What is XML tags? So if you ever see this, where is that building? Yeah, I think I have closed that. Let me open that again for you. So let's say, let's take this, go to inspect. If you see the styles, script, div, this, right? Everything this has been encountered as a tag. If you enlarge this, getting the style, something dot dot dot, and then style end. It's a tag, name as style tag. This is name as style tag, which has a starting point as style. There will be some data here, and then ending tag by this / and then style. This is style tag. If you enlarge it, if you see, these are the data which is included in the style, which contains some style. Let's say we have seen the style in the Excel only, right? This is see colors. There is some tabular. See this particular code. I'll tell you what is this XML stand for. It doesn't mean that this particular website has been designed in HTML. HTML is just the front end platform, how the user will got to know. In the background, there is a backend code as well. Let's say in the background, you don't know there will be Python is running. Do you aware that how the programming strategy works in the background? Anyone? This type of website that you are going to see, what do you think that it's running on HTML only? Anyone has any idea? Any work experience?
That CSS also using, right? Like and VB code.
No,
which is
VB code and all that is older.
Ah.
Everyone has been migrated, or you can say upgraded this. Like
Okay.
VB scripting and all. That's, you cannot. Everyone should know at least VBS. At least you should know VBS. If you don't know, go and learn it. If you are learning Python, if you don't know VBS, then it's a difficult thing, right? Go learn VBS. VBS is VB scripting, right? That's fine. Let's not go into that. So my concern is, let's say in the developer environment, or let's say in the IT environment, right? I'm just giving you overview. There are two teams. First name as backend team. Second team is known as front-end team, right? Now, what is the work of these both teams? Let's say I'm a developer. I'm a Python developer, right? I used to get the requirement from the sales team. My sales team will gonna discuss with my management. My management will gonna discuss with my architect. Architect will gonna plan what is the requirement that we need to provide to the customer. Let's say I need to provide BGP, I need to provide STP, I need to provide OSPF to the customer. What will be the configuration that I'm gonna take it from the management or networking team, right? So salesperson will gonna reach out to network team. Network team will gonna reach out to automation team to automate that. So I'll understand the requirement, right? This architect will gonna build the page. Okay, these are the device. If this is the device, BGP should be there, STP should be there, OSPF should be there. Now this architect will gonna pass this to their developers, right? So developers will gonna work on this code now. Now developer will develop this code, BGP, STP, OSPF. Let's say the Python code that we are running, right? We have configured this in the background. So if you send the same Python code to the client will not understand. They will not know. So hence what we do, we used to send it to the front-end team. What is the work of front-end team? To create the web page, or let's say to create a website for the user, right? So it will be like, let's say if user want BGP, it will be drop down for the user, BGP, STP, drop down for device selection, everything. It's a front end, right? How the page will look like. So if the user will click submit, there will be button submit. So in the background, this front-end team will patch. This front-end team will patch this submit button towards your run button of Python. If you run the code, similar thing will gonna happen over here. So in this way, user will get to know, okay, user just need the output. He is not interested in the backend code, what we have written. So this front end has been HTML. Front end has been HTML. How this button will look like, how the code is written, what is the idea of this, how it is bold, or what is the color of this BGP. Everything has been written in HTML. In the background, this HTML has been tagged with Python or any other language, Java, Python, depends what is the backend program. In this way, it happens. Now get the idea about IT environment. Or I'm just wasting my time to tell you. Shall I start with XML directly?
No, it's
Good,
okay.
good, like to understand it. Yeah.
Right. So in this way, this XML is not like people used to say, oh, no, this code is written in HTML. No, background code is something different. This is just a way to communicate to the user. Right. So if you check here, there is all the formattings and all will be there. Color, style, what type of name is there, ID is there, everything is there. So if you, let's say if I hit login, right? If I hit this login, no, I'll tell you the key of this login. See, button is one, class will be this style, right? Name should be login. Name should be login. If I change this to yes. Okay, let's change it. Let's change something. I don't want this Facebook. Okay, this has been image, yeah, guys. See, this has been image. It has been formatted. It has been taken care of from the image. Okay, there is something is there that I can change. Yes, this is a tag. I can change that. Yeah, see, I can change F5 Ltm. See this. But this is just a nomenclature. When I click on this, no, automatically, whatever the data that has been linked, if you see this token, if I click on this, no, this will get supplied in the background. Right? So if you click on, rather than this, if I click over here as well, no, I'll get that forgot password. See this. In this way, the IT environment works, right? Let's not waste time out here. Oh, it's 11:10. You guys are not telling me. Is it interesting?
For me, it is interesting because I'm listening listening for the first time.
I guess most of us, most of you actually. What about you guys? Okay,
Me too.
right? So that is what you can learn Selenium. Selenium is like, I think I have told you guys. Selenium is
Yes.
used to automate the thing. Learn Selenium. There, no, this HTML and all the doubts will be clear for you. Let's stop the lecture today and let's grab it to the next class.